All right, welcome to week 2 of the video journal. Today is Sunday, January 11th, and I just want to start by saying thank you. I don't know how, but like almost over 100 people found my last video, and I really only shared it with my sister. I sent it to a few of my friends. I'm kind of curious, how did you find this video? Let me know in the comments below. That would be kind of cool. Yeah, let's just hop into it today. So today's going to be kind of quick. I'm actually heading to the Rose Bowl flea market today, so I'm going to try to run through this here quickly. So this week, instead of kind of getting into all the things that I did or the media I consumed, I want to ask a question. It really got sparked by this ad that I got this week at the gym. This thing is ridiculous. They basically have baby Kim Jong saying question everything but yourself with this like beautiful woman. This had me questioning a lot of things. Actually everything. It also had me questioning myself. The reason why this ad stuck with me is I've been seeing so many people from my past randomly. And when I mean random, I mean so random. That really got me thinking, like, why do people from your past continue to show up in your life today? Now, before I get into like the answer to this question, or at least my answer to this question, I just want to run down like what happened in the past few weeks. So speaking of Rose Bowl, this was actually a place where this happened to me before. If you don't know, Rose Bowl is a giant flea market here in Los Angeles. So the first time I went, I was driving through Highland Park. So I wanted to stop, walk around, grab a coffee, get some food. Whenever I went to get food, I sat down at the counter, looked to my right, a guy from my acting class in New York City from like 2 years ago is there trying to get a table. Why did I see him at the restaurant? Beats me. Fast forward, I'm walking around the Rose Bowl. What do you know? I see this dude walking towards me. I lived with him for 1 month in Colorado. Why did I see him at the Rose Bowl? I don't know. Anyways, me and this dude, we start walking around the Rose Bowl. We're shopping for art. And as we're exiting, I run into a dude that I met in Texas that's from my hometown that I almost lived with in Los Angeles in like 2022, who's now moving to Madrid. What? But it doesn't end there. The other day, I was driving down Santa Monica Boulevard to go to my dentist appointment. As I'm driving, I see this guy that went to my gym in Brooklyn. Why did I see that guy? It gets even crazier. So to paint the picture, my dentist is on Fairfax, and it's kind of a busy walking street. The parking lot is behind the dentist's office, and when you pull out the driveway, you basically run right into the sidewalk. As I'm pulling out, I'm thinking, oh, I gotta be careful. Somebody might be walking here. And literally, the second that the front of my car hits the sidewalk, I almost hit this girl. That's kind of scary to begin with. But the crazy thing is I know this girl. Now, I don't really know this girl, but I do remember her because we talked about having Taiwanese Irish background. Why did I run into this girl? So in my few months here in Los Angeles, I've had some crazy interaction at the Rose Bowl with gym people, with random people from New York City. And honestly, there's one that's even crazier, ridiculously crazy, but I just can't get into it here. So anyways, this had me thinking, why do people from your past continue to show up in your life today? That's a hard question. That's a really hard question to answer. I think some people, maybe the more spiritual people, will say that it's a sign. That was meant to be, and that person is important in your life, and you need to explore that further. I think the less spiritual people will think that that was just by chance. Don't think into it. It's nothing. I think for me, I fall somewhere in the middle, and I've been trying to boil it down to something simple. And really what I think it is it's a choice. To me, when people from your past show up in your life today, whether they were important or unimportant, I think that it's a choice. So in this moment, you have the choice to interact with them, talk to them, to say something. Or you have the choice to let them pass you by and they never saw you, you never saw them. And in all of these instances, I would say that the best interactions came when I made the choice to interact. Granted, the gym and the car, I can't really interact with those people. Those are also people that I probably wouldn't interact with because I don't have as strong a history with them. But in the instances where I did interact with the people, the experience was good. Good is a very broad term. I don't even know if good is the right term. All of these situations, the good is slightly different too. That sounds really stupid when I say it out loud. But the good is different. The good is different to me. And so yeah, I think people show up in your life today as a choice. Interact or don't. And through those interactions, I think that you get good. That's what I said, you get good. Okay, it sounds really stupid now that I type it out as well. And I think from the good, you can get growth, you can get closure, or you can get happiness. So what do I mean by that? Growth. I think that through these interactions, you see that you have evolved as a person. Whether it's you individually, maybe you've become better and you now see that through the mirror of this person, or this person helps grow you in a way that you didn't know you could grow already. So two types of growth. On the flip side, I think the interaction, you could have closure. And closure could kind of be similar to growth in the sense that you've changed as a person and moved on. But if the interaction is negative, that closure could be like, all right, done. I'm out of here. And finally, happiness. I think this is like the least serious of the three outcomes of good, but I think it's very valid where like the interaction could just be like happy, nothing more, nothing less, just like a positive experience. So I don't know if my random thoughts make any sense. When I type them out, when I speak them out, they seem to not make sense. In my mind, these thoughts make sense, but let me know what you guys think. Why do people from your past show up in your life today? So now that you know my answer, I'm kind of curious, what does the internet have to tell me about this? Whenever I Google search this, Quora, forgot about Quora, they said maybe they have been sent to you so you can accomplish something or you need closure from some past incident. You know, I don't hate that answer. I really don't hate it. I don't like that Google is kind of very similar to what I said. I'd like to think my answer has more depth, but I think that summarizes it. So yeah, that's my random thought for the week. Hope you guys enjoyed this segment. All right, so getting into some of the things I did this week, I went to Amoeba Records. If you don't know, this is a record store. I went to the one in Hollywood, but basically they sell records, CDs, DVDs, books, you name it, they have it. I recently got a CD player randomly, and so I wanted to get some new records. So here are some that I picked up. I also got Requiem for a Dream. Also, why is it the same price to buy a DVD as it is to stream it for 24 hours? Makes no sense to me. I'm buying DVDs now. Sorry for the side rant. Anyways, I picked up a few albums. What's Going On, Marvin Gaye. I also picked up Maxwell Urban Hang Suite. Dude, I love Maxwell. I was introduced to Maxwell through Love and Basketball. If you know the scene, kind of know what I'm talking about. His voice was so angelic in that scene that like I loved him, and I realized I didn't listen to any of his music other than that song, which I found out is a cover. Maxwell Women's Work is a cover. I didn't know that, but as I was browsing Amoeba, I saw his face and I was like, okay, I'm buying this record. It's awesome. I love it. I love it. The third album that I got is D'Angelo Voodoo. Truthfully, I never really listened to D'Angelo. I learned that the modern music that I like today is so similar to this that it has to be inspired by this. Part of me is embarrassed to say that. Like, I should know where the music I like comes from. But at the same time, I don't care to say it. Like, people can judge me for not knowing the history. That's fair. You can judge me. I don't care. I truly don't care. But I'm happy for myself that I'm learning now, and it's fun. I literally just put these records on whenever I'm doing work. It looks cool too. It's just great. I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so moving along. If you know me, you know I have this film camera. It's an Olympus Stylus. I've had it for years now. I traveled the world with this thing, literally all over the world taking film photos. Recently, I got Lightroom, so I went back and edited a bunch of these photos and actually printed them and wrote where I took the pictures on them. And I put them in a photo album. It's so cool and so fun. I had a great time doing this. You know, I used to just look at photos, but when I spent hours editing these photos in Lightroom, and when I printed them out and laid them out on my floor and looked at them all side by side, this sounds corny, but I saw a story. I saw a story in these photos, and these photos span over like a 4 or 5 year period. None of these are really related. Maybe they're taken in the same place, but the only true constant thing in them is that I took them, and I'm super proud of it, honestly. Like, I'm very proud of this. I have an archive of photos that I need to go through because this was such an enjoyable process for me, and yeah, it's just cool. Oh, and last thing, I'm really kind of spooked and proud of this. I took this photo in Paris of these two dudes wearing the same clothes, looking at a phone as this old woman looks at them kind of in confusion and disgust. And I thought it was a great photo. Then, when I was at Amoeba Records, I actually got this Robert Frank book. And as I'm flipping through the book, literally a very similar photo is in that book. I had not seen this book prior to taking that photo. So maybe Robert Larkin is the next Robert Frank. Nah, that's jokes. But yeah. That's it for today's video journal. I hope that everyone enjoyed. And again, thank you all for the support. I really appreciate it. I'm kind of shocked by it, but I'm having fun. I'm having fun doing this. So I'm glad to see that other people like this as well. But with that being said, I'm getting out of here because I need to get to the Rose Bowl. I need to get there because the good stuff sells out. So yeah, I'm gonna be out. Maybe next week I'll show you if or what I picked up at the Rose Bowl. I normally don't pick anything up, but maybe I will. Anyways, thanks again. Peace.